Ahmed, how are you, my friend?
Hello, hello, mister. How have you been?
Good, not too bad, not too bad. I've been actually a little sick today. I have an oral infection, so I'm
Oh, my bad.
full of painkillers at the minute, and
Yeah,
but I'm feeling a little better. I've started an antibiotic, and that's helped, just to get the antibiotic in. But yeah, no, I'm feeling a little bit better now, which
yeah.
is
I,
good.
I, I hope you get better soon.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I am pretty good.
Nice one.
I joined the military in Egypt, and I have
Mm.
just finished the training camp,
Mm.
and I am in a vacation at the time. Yeah,
Nice, man, nice. Is military in Egypt mandatory, or is it like something you
yeah,
volunteered? Oh, it's mandatory. Yeah, yeah, okay, right,
yeah. I
nice.
am kind of forced to join
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
obligatory. Yeah.
It's obligatory. Yeah, yeah.
Is it also mandatory in Ireland?
No, not in Ireland. I think in Europe it's Switzerland. I think Sweden has mandatory military as well, and Finland. I think it's somewhere in the Scandinavian countries.
Yeah,
Ireland, we don't have mandatory military. No. Sometimes I'd like to see like Switzerland's mandatory military is very. It's basically weapons training. So it's like more about how to use weapons, and like if Switzerland became under attack, that everyone can bear arms, like maybe like the World
yeah,
Wars, but not like anything I think intense. I know like Korea has the most famous mandatory military, but what do you have to do? Are you just like are you in a certain section of the military, or is it like or are you like private at the minute, or like yeah, what are you doing in the military at the moment, Ahmed?
yeah. Well, I have no idea at the meantime, but
Mm-hmm.
I hope to go with something like working with computers and stuff like that. As I
Yeah,
graduated from faculty of computer
amazing,
science, so I
amazing.
hope to work in such thing. But I have
Class.
no idea at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully you get a chance.
Tell me about the weather. Yeah. Tell me about
Yeah,
the weather at your city or where you live.
yeah,
How is your
yeah.
city? How is the weather today?
So today I'm actually, I think the last time we spoke, Ahmed, I was in New Zealand. I am actually now back in Ireland. So I'm back.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, so but it's cold here. It's something like 4
Same
degrees
here.
at the minute, and
Oh, really?
it's uh, it's cold, but it's okay. It's like it's still like once you have a coat and a hoodie and you've like good clothes, everything is kind of
Yeah,
so it's not too bad. But yeah, like yeah, exactly. It's cold here at the minute, and yeah, we're feeling it. But hopefully in March, kind of in April, Ahmed, it gets warmer. So it's just waiting until it starts getting a little warmer. That's really pretty much it. But yeah, it's cold at the
yeah.
minute. Very cold.
I think for 4 degrees it's pretty cold.
Yeah.
Here also it's pretty cold.
Okay.
The temperature ranges from 8 to 14 degrees Celsius,
Okay. Yes.
and that's pretty cold. That's pretty cold because winter in Egypt, didn't used to be that
Hmm.
cold. So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I have two sweaters on and this jacket. I'm
Yeah.
sitting at home actually, and
Yeah.
it feels it still feels cold.
Yeah, because I've heard that. I've heard like in Egypt, like this is especially in North Africa, because some people were saying the same in Morocco and some of the other countries I've been talking to, and they said it's colder this year than a lot of other years. So they're saying, yeah, it's got a
Yeah,
lot colder this year. So they've been saying, yeah, the people have been feeling
yeah,
the cold this year in comparison to many other years. So yeah, I did hear that it's yeah different, I suppose. So
yeah. That's
um,
right. Yeah, we
yeah,
usually have yeah. We usually have mild climate, that
yeah,
tends to be warm in winter
yeah,
and
yeah.
with some rain that increases
Yes, yeah.
on the coasts and
Hmm.
yeah, places like that.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Um, So, speaking of earthquakes, because this
Yeah,
is the most popular event in the world
in
these
the planet.
days.
Yeah,
So, yeah, due to the damaging earthquake
yeah, of
happened in
course.
Turkey and Syria.
Yes.
I was surfing that platform called Ingo, and
Yeah.
I
hmm
found a lesson.
Yeah, of course, man.
It's about earthquake safety.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, of
it's
course,
about
man.
earthquake safety. So,
Yeah, let's have
yeah,
a little look at
why
it.
don't we jump into this lesson and see what we have
Absolutely.
here?
I'm just not going to be able
Yeah.
to share my screen, Ahmed, but because the Engu
Okay,
have a
no
problem,
problem.
but I can put it up here on my phone. So just one moment, and I'll open it here.
Yeah, it's okay,
Uh,
and
yeah,
I'm going to open it in my side, so
amazing,
and we
brilliant,
can go with it.
amazing,
Yeah,
man. All right, okay, let's have a
yeah.
little, shall we, a little look
I
at
think I
this.
think
Yeah, brilliant. Out there now. Yes, sorry, what were we
I
going to
think
say?
the internet connection your side isn't stable
Yeah.
because your picture is a little blurry. I'm not
Yes.
sure. I'm not sure about that, but I checked the internet connection
Yeah.
in my side,
Mhm.
and it's
Yeah.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's okay. Let's try refresh the page and see what happens. One moment. Let's see. Will that work? One moment. Now, Ahmed, just want to see if that improves anything. Sometimes it's the server can be very heavy, and sometimes there's like a bit of a delay. So maybe that should help us a little bit. I've just opened this
Okay.
there now. So brilliant. So uh, unreal. So where do you want to start on this, Ahmed? Do you want to read it, or do you want to just go straight to the questions, or what would you like to do here?
Let's read this paragraph. I think we have about four paragraphs, so
Yeah. Yeah.
you could go ahead and read the first one, and
Yeah,
I would
excellent.
read the second one, and so
Okay,
on. Okay.
brilliant. So, earthquake safety. Are you prepared? Earthquakes are almost impossible to predict, so the best way to stay safe during a major earthquake is to be prepared. Here are a few sample tips to make sure you're ready for the next time an earthquake hits.
Well, before an earthquake, you should have enough food, water, and medicine to last at least a week. If your home is damaged, it may not be safe to stay there, so also prepare a go bag for each person who lives with you. It should contain clothes, food, and water for 3 days and a first aid kit. It's also good to have a flashlight, a radio, and some batteries.
Excellent, well done, great reading. During an earthquake, the main thing to remember during an earthquake is to stop, drop, and hold. Stop what you're doing, drop underneath a piece of furniture, and hold on to it. This will protect you from falling objects or if the building collapses.
Awesome. After an earthquake, if you're near the ocean, a river, or a lake, as soon as the earthquake stops, you should move to higher ground to avoid tsunamis. At least 35 meters above sea level is usually safe, but there will likely be a safe zone in your area. If you need to go outside, be careful of fallen power lines. Don't try to drive, there won't be enough room on the roads with everyone evacuating at the same time. Every area is different, so check with your government to learn about local hazards and the best way to prepare for earthquakes in your area.
Well
How
done,
was
brilliant.
that?
Really good, perfect reading. Well done, really, really good. Well done, excellent. And really, really good,
Thank
and
you. Thank
very
you.
good quality as well. Well done, brilliant. Okay, let's have a little look at the first question. We're going to go to discussion 4 here. So, are earthquakes common where you live in Egypt, Ahmed? Are they like a common thing? I know this obviously the big one was in Turkey where we talked about, but like, is it a big
Yeah,
thing in Egypt? Like, is earthquakes something that's common in Egypt? Would you say?
yeah. No, no, hopefully no. We're not, the kind of country where
Mm-hmm.
so many natural,
Okay.
disasters happen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the last natural disaster happened in Egypt was in 1992. It
Mm-hmm.
was an earthquake.
Yeah.
It was pretty tough because it has a magnitude of 4 point, no, 5.8 or
Wow. Okay.
6.9.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have read that it caused over 500 500
Mm,
deaths,
you're right. Okay.
and over 6,000 injuries, making 50,000 people homeless. It was pretty tough, but
Hmm.
I actually didn't experience this
Hmm.
earthquake because
Okay.
I hadn't been born yet, but my
Yeah.
parents did.
So it was the
So yeah,
last kind of big one.
they kind of,
Yeah.
yeah, they told me about it. Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, definitely the kind of the
yeah,
last big one.
but usually they're, yeah, usually they are not. We don't have many natural earthquake
Okay.
happening in this area.
Interesting. Yeah. Because
What about your city? What about your country?
not really. Ireland is not on a fault line, so we actually have no earthquakes. We had one in the last 20 years, and it was like 2.5 on the Richter scale. So people felt a little
Yeah,
this in moving, but
it's
it was
pretty
very
light.
short, and it was only like 10-15 seconds. So we don't really have
Mm,
much earthquakes. Now we are a tsunami risk because the fault line is in
oh,
the Atlantic Ocean. So if it happened in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean between America and Ireland, then we could be a tsunami
mm,
risk. But we're not prepared for a tsunami in Ireland. We
oh,
unfortunately we're badly prepared for that. So like the only worry would be if it did happen, how prepared we be? And the answer is not very. We're not very well prepared. So we'd unfortunately, I think, would have a little bit of issues if it did happen. But we don't know. We're very low risk. So thankfully, my parents or my family have never experienced anything like it. So hopefully that will be always the way
yeah.
it'll stay. But who knows? The world is a
I,
strange place with this in a way.
I think after experiencing this
Yeah,
damaging earthquake in Turkey and Syria,
yeah,
the governments have to be more prepared
yeah,
because
absolutely.
so everyone become safe. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I hope everything works fine and you're safe and everyone in the world
Yeah,
becomes safe. Yeah.
completely agree
So
with you, man. Completely agree. I think it's
so
like so
be, be,
important.
okay,
Yeah,
before we go,
yeah.
do you have any reservations after this class?
Yeah, so
Because
mhm.
yeah, I want to follow. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So basically, well done. Really, really good. So what I'd like you to try and do, Ahmed, is with your so two things, okay? First one is try so how do I say this? Try to develop verbs. That I try to develop new verbs in your language to describe what you're saying. Okay. Now I'll give you an example of what I'm trying to say here, man. All right. So when you're trying to explain something like this, say, can you give me feedback or can you provide feedback? Or can you provide any observations? See how I'm using provide. Try and add
No,
more verb.
I think
Yeah.
I think you didn't hear me well.
Oh, sorry,
I was,
sorry.
yeah, I was asking about, do you have any reservation after this class because I
Oh,
want to follow.
reservation.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah,
thought you.
we have only 1 minute. Yeah.
I thought you said my fault. I thought you said observation. No, I don't. Do you want to? Do you have more
Yeah.
minutes?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just call me again. Yeah, that's fine. I have no
That,
reservation.
yeah,
I'm on
that's why
hours
I'm
after
asking.
this. Amazing, man. Yeah. So,
Okay, that's
um,
okay.
yeah, just call me. Call me again when it comes down. When the clock's ticking. But sorry, even just to talk about observations rather than reservations. Sorry.
Okay,
We'll
go
talk.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah. It's more just developing new verbs in your vocabulary, which will help you develop your new words in your vocabulary to develop just what you're trying to say because it eliminates the paraphrasing. So sometimes you're paraphrasing. We'll talk a little more about this anyway in the next one. Give me a call, Ahmed. Again, I have more time now, so give me a
Okay,
little
okay,
call there. All right. Okay. See you in a minute.
okay. Give me a
All right, bud.